What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of What's Cooking JR. We're in St. Albert, Alberta. We're here at the Ribeye Butcher Shop, and we're here to find the best smash burgers and the best butcher shop probably I've ever seen. I'm excited to show you guys. We got the Edmonton Stingers out to be our guest. Let's eat some smash burgers and find these steaks.
Right, so Ribeye started in November of this past year, 2022. And originally I'm from Toronto, and I had a handful of butcher shops there, which were kind of on the high end what we're doing here. I also had a small wholesale meat processing plant. That was the wholesale side of the business. And about a year and a half ago, I sold those businesses and took a year off. And in the middle of that year, my partners, who are big foodies and also happen to be the owners of the Canadian Brew House, Mike and Roger, great guys, gave me a ring and asked me if I wanted to participate, and I jumped at the opportunity. With JR, what I want to do is show him how to make the best burger in the world. So I've been using the same recipe for 13 years. It's very simple. It's prime chuck, shoulder blade, that's the different names that we all use, salt, pepper, and hard fat from the strip and rib loins. Mix it all together. We grind it once on a coarse grind. Then JR and I are gonna portion each burger. We're gonna make it into a burger form, and then we're gonna cook them on our smash griddle back here. JR is gonna cook us all up some burgers. We're gonna do what we call dirty fries, which are crinkle cut, roughed up burgers thrown in there, some jalapeno special sauce cheese, sour cream, onion, and tomato. So what we got here today is, number one, thanks for coming. We're gonna do our famous classic steak burger. And very simple, transparency is key at butcher shops. Everyone likes to know what they're getting, what's in it, how the sausage is made. So very simple process to our burgers. It's literally beef chuck, which is from the shoulder, right?
Yep.
Best part. Naturally fatty. We have a little bit of loin fat. So this is off the strips, off the ribs, the good hard fat. You don't want that soft fat that will just melt
high
on your
quality
fingers.
fat right there.
So what I want, I got two more ingredients. There's only 4 ingredients to these classic steak burgers: salt and pepper, beef, and fat. That's it. So what I'm gonna get you to do is take this knife, move this aside. I'm gonna get you to cut these pieces up into maybe 2s or 3s, and then just throw it back in there.
Oh. This is that good fat right here. These good?
Perfect. So we're gonna get into the beef.
All right, let's look at it.
So this is high quality, prime Canadian beef, the best beef in the world, by the way, and from Alberta. So you'll see as I cut into this.
Love Alberta beef.
Love Alberta beef, lots of intramuscular fat. So what you're gonna get there, fat is flavor, the nice red protein, that's flavor too.
Yeah.
The fat is satiating. You know when you're eating and you get like that nice tingle in the back here?
Yeah.
That's satiating, and that's good, and that's what we're making today. So I guess when you're training, you're getting ready for the
season, yeah.
So what do you do? Like, do you eat a lot of lean meats, fat
We
meats?
eat a lot of lean meats. I actually Bite Me Meals, shout out Bite Me Meals, Dan over there. So they sponsor me in the off season. So they do a lot of lean brisket. So that's my favorite from there.
I'm doing lean brisket?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was an option.
It's definitely, I mean, I'm losing the weight fast. He does the brisket. It's good cuts of meat. We have fish as well.
Yeah.
He's got me on the Greek Goddess Bowl this week. So it's changing up the flavors. Oh, right there.
Yeah.
I'm doing 400 calories a meal.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Hey, you can't eat all this good food all the time.
I think I had 400 calories during my coffee break today. Anyway, we're just going to cut these into little cubes. Not that little, but 2-inch by 2-inch kind of thing. You know, don't work it too hard. Do that.
All right. Hey, look at these good chunks right here.
A lot of people talk about tenderness in beef. The number one way to tenderize beef, guess? Can you guess?
Put it in wine.
No, grinding it.
Grinding
is
it?
the
Okay.
best. It's the number one way to make beef tender. It's also the easiest way too. So after this, we're gonna do this. We're gonna take it to the grinder.
Uh-oh.
And we're gonna show you my secret, not so secret method. of making the
I've never actually, so I've never seen the meat grinding process and all that, so I'm excited for that.
Right on. There you go.
Okay.
So continue cutting our chuck. Cut from our shoulder. Cut from prime Canadian Alberta beef.
So it's got to be good for you now since you've moved from Toronto. You're right here in Alberta.
I love it. I was born in Saskatoon, raised in small town Ontario. Last 12 years I was in Toronto running a little small chain of butcher shops. I had a wholesale meat plant which took care of the wholesale side of the business. Lots of fun. COVID was busy for me.
Yeah, everybody was home.
Everyone was home, so I called it food tourism because there's nowhere else to go, so they came shopping. And butcher shop's a pretty cool place to hang around.
Especially you got a shop like this.
Yeah, you got it. So what we're gonna do next is, again, this is the hard fat, the loin fat. So we're just gonna jazz it up. I like to do 20% protein with, 80% protein with 20% fat. So we're just gonna do this, intermix that. And then when you're done that,
Saute the fat.
there you go. And then JR, when you're done that, let's dump the salt and pepper in the pan, give it a good old toss, and then we're on the whole thing? The whole thing, and then we're on our way to the grinder. Right on. Okay. You want to grab that? We're going to go back to the grinder.
Even this, like this is good. You could, that's the fat you sear and cook down in anything. The only place I think I've seen beef like this was when I played for the Cowboys. When we went to one of those ranches. Other than that, I ain't seen nothing like this. Make sure every piece got a little. Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
So what we're doing here is a single grind burger. Pre-seasoned into 2-inch cubes, all beef shoulder, beef chuck, steak trimmings, and the hard fat from the steak loin.
Look how fresh that is. So like you said, the easiest way to tenderize right here.
The best way to tenderize beef is putting it through the grinder.
Oh.
But you're breaking it all up, right?
Yep.
Everything in the butcher shop is weighed. That's why the scales are everywhere. We think in kilos, we think in pounds. I dream weighing. I can pull the perfect pound. I know how much a pound is. Today we're doing 7-ounce burgers. 7.5, 8 will do, but we aim for about 7.5. So ground beef is like bread. The more you knead it, the more you manipulate it, the more you squeeze it, the stiffer it becomes. We don't want stiff burgers. We want that nice mouth feel, soft and tender. So we're doing 7-ounce burgers. So let's see what this is. 7.6. So I'm looking for 40 of those, JR. Get at it.
Oh, 7.6.
Nailed it.
There we go.
Nailed it. Keep going at that, and then I'm gonna press them into patty form.
All right, there we go.
So just lightly patty form. That's a patty. Very manual labor. A lot of the time when you come to a butcher shop, you got a passion for
Cooking.
Cooking. You got it.
Might have to get these in a couple stadiums around town.
Oh man, if you got an in, let me know.
Right.
So what's your favorite protein then?
Steak and seafood are my go-tos.
So beef and seafood.
Beef
so
and
crab,
seafood, yeah.
lobster.
Yeah.
Right. What about lamb?
My dad's a big lamb guy, so I make lamb for him.
Right.
Actually, Father's Day I smoked the lamb.
What kind? Leg?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
On my Dyna-Glow smokers.
Right on.
Yeah, Mel did it. Mel grilled it
Right.
nicely for us.
That's wicked.
Yeah, I only took it to him because I wouldn't really trust it.
Yeah.
I don't even trust myself to make that yet. So what would your favorite cut of beef be?
Oh man, I kind of float around. So by the beginning of spring, summer, I'm right into the steaks, right?
Okay.
Strips, rib tenders, you know, I call the big three. They're the main primals, right? Summer goes along, I get into the secondary cuts, so flanks, skirts, bavettes, flat irons, that kind of idea, which I love. And then I get sick of, by the end of summer, I'm sick of red meat, and I get into lamb, rack of lamb, lamb loins. You know, I love heritage Berkshire fatty pork. Like I love that. That's my thing. I bring in old school pork. Still got the old flavor your grandparents remember. Streaks of ribbons of fat, like intramuscular fat. It's beautiful. I love it.
Those good roasts, so you get the good pork roast.
That's exactly right. So we'll do 8 4-ounces.
All right.
And those will be like little mini burgers that we'll get to, and we'll put them on the griddle behind you, and then you'll cook us up some smash burgers, ribeye style, right?
All right, here we go. It helps because I've had the last 2 years I've had 2 knee surgeries. So
right. Oh,
yeah,
that's a lot. That's a lot. All right, that's great. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna take these little guys, and it's
not so little
4-ounce little guys, and we're gonna make some smash burgers.
Smash burger time.
All right, so next thing you're gonna get your smashing guy. You're gonna get a parchment. And I know you got a lot of muscle, so just not too smashing.
Man, look how beauty that is. Let's step back. You ain't seen a burger like that. Oh man. So are we allowed to know where you get your beef from, or are we keeping that secret?
Alberta beef, baby.
All right, Alberta beef. That's where we'll leave it. This is definitely some quality product though. That good Alberta beef. Cooking with all that flavor with just salt and pepper. Look at that aroma. No garlic, no onion.
So JR, what we got here, we save our fat from our steaks. Now, you know that hard loin fat we talked about?
Yep.
We have so much because we go through such great beef that high grade beef has like high fat content. We're constantly trimming it off. We have too much.
Yeah.
So what do? Grinder it down, beef fat, French fries.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's still quality. That's quality fat.
You got to use everything. If you don't use everything, you're going under.
So I'll leave the back one for you.
Yeah.
Look at those pretty Alberta beef burgers.
JR did a great job. He's fast. His hands move fast. You can tell that he's a natural, and that's exactly right. He's a natural athlete. He's a natural cook, and he's got some passion, and he's curious. And that's what we love, and we love learning, and we love teaching, and we love having people like JR in that are naturally curious about what we're doing and how we can help our customers have a great time at their table.
Clark, I'm president of the Empty Stingers Professional Basketball Club. We're at Ribeye Butcher Shop. We're about to have some delicious smash burgers with my boy JR.
Lunchtime.
We'll sit right here in the middle.
Lunchtime, guys.
And then let him.
All right. Are you guys hungry?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
There we go. So we got 3 double smash, 2 for JR. You and I are gonna split one.
Okay.
We also got some dirty fries here, which is your classic crinkle cuts, chopped up beef patty. So the classics we just made: tomatoes, sour cream, secret cheese sauce, a little jalapeno, and a little tiny spice, not much, and then some green onion. So stay good, boys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where did you guys start doing these? Like, is this
Day one.
Day one.
Day
Okay.
one. Yeah.
Day one.
We were actually down in San Francisco, and we're doing a butcher shop tour. And we're at this Japanese-style butcher shop, and all they sold was really, really high-end.
Mike Wheeler?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Wheels.
Oh, did?
Yeah.
So Mike, Roger, and I were down there, and we're doing a butcher shop tour. We went to one place called Niku, which is the Michelin one-star
Okay, yeah.
like steakhouse.
Okay.
And on the side they have a butcher shop, and all they sell is Japanese A5 wagyu. So they have where we got the inspiration for the burger smash inside our burger shop. They're doing the same thing,
Okay.
and they're all the wagyu fat that they keep from the trim off their A5. They're putting their deep fryer like we are too. So shout out to Guy and the boys down there. They were super hospitable. They took us around, big dinner, big wine. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is on point. This is all
As
right.
I told you,
This is all right.
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys are gonna need some more seating once people start tasting these.
Well, you know, we do one of the great things that came out of COVID. One of the great things that came out of COVID was the lessening of the liquor laws here in Alberta and across the country as well. Before COVID, this wouldn't be a reality where you could sit in the butcher shop and have a beer and a glass of wine, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're licensed here for beer and wine, spirits. We don't sell spirits. We're not that kind of joint. But come here, have a beer, shoot the shit, and have a burger.
Why not?
Yeah.
So what'd you think?
Man, like, I've had a few smash burgers because they're getting pretty popular.
Yeah.
But this one, like, texture, how juicy it is really hits home, right? You get the cheese kind of melted in there, you get the soft bun on it, like, it's on point. I love the pickle too.
Yeah.
The pickles are really
Good pickles,
You
yeah.
gotta have the good
Pickles,
pickles,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
It's all these kind of things
Yeah.
ingredients. So
Yeah.
I've
All
seen all
fresh.
places do part of it, but this seems to kind of be the whole thing.
I keep trying to say I'm gonna stop eating it.
Well, 400 calories per meal, you're blowing through a couple meals here in one go.
It's got a little bit of a different taste to it than I've had,
Like a
right?
mouthfeel or flavor?
Flavor.
Yeah.
Flavor-wise, right? Like,
It's unusual to chuck. So this is all cut from the shoulder. So in the States it's called chuck.
Yeah.
In Canada it's called blade, but we call it chuck anyway, right?
Yeah.
A lot of the ground beef, all the ground beef you'll find in the grocery stores are all cut from the hip. So what's the strongest muscle in your body?
Your legs.
Your legs,
Yeah,
right? So you're exercising as a professional athlete. You're exercising all, like, you know, your guys in your team, they all exercise. They're running, so their legs are really working hard. There's no fat left in it, right? In the shoulder, we use the shoulders. There's still intermuscular fat. There's a lot. There's still fat. It's being worked, but not like the legs. That's the difference.
And so that's why you got the different flavor
Yeah.
texture.
Yeah.
and the texture too. You can definitely taste the
Right on.
texture.
That's good. Happy to hear.
So, what can you look forward to in 2023 with the Stingers?
Yeah.
2023 is going to be a huge breakthrough year for the league and the team, right? I mean, one, we got to get back to our winning ways. Like, we won 2 championships. We didn't get there last. We lost in the playoffs.
Right.
But we're already putting a squad together. Can't really drop anything yet, but there's a couple of big names that are going to be coming back. Some pro experience. So one, you're going to have that on the court.
Yeah.
2, it's the best sporting experience you get in the city of Edmonton. I've been to everything in the city. Those games are great. No knock on them, but this is a whole different environment.
Right.
You're packed on there. The fans are there. It's almost like a Duke Camden Yards kind of feel.
Nice.
Like you're that close to it. So
Is there any back and forth with players and
Big time.
the public? Yeah.
if you're courtside or you're one of our courtside tables, you're going back and forth with these guys.
Yeah.
We're chirping you. You're going back out. It's that kind of engagement. We bring fans on. We do about 10 different fan kind of promos. We're throwing out, I don't know how many things, jerky in the stands, hot dogs in the stands, giveaways like crazy. So those are kind of things you expect like during the season. We play such a short season from May to August.
Yeah.
We're gonna be doing all these other things in the off season too, right? Community focused.
So what do you got planned for the community this year?
Yeah, so that was our Fresh Nets program last year. So we took down, we did over 300 nets. We placed around the city. We put our colors, we put our navy gold, put a sticker up there. So we're gonna do that again, probably about 500 or 600. And on top of that, we have a program called Fresh Hoops. So we've got a pretty good partner in donations. So we're gonna do up to 10 at the public school basketball courts.
Right.
So we're talking full murals, hoops, poles, type of thing. So that's legit. But you got to live and breathe that kind of stuff. So this weekend we're out at the Filipino basketball tournament. We're at high schools. We're at barbecue and college. Like, we're doing all this stuff, right? So,
Yeah.
we got to be
Right, the
everywhere.
stingers are everywhere.
Wherever
Yeah.
we can, yeah.
All right, so make sure you guys go check the stingers out. May 2023, the season will be starting up.
Well, I could draw, you know, actually, the schedule gets released next week, next Thursday.
Okay.
But home and home to start against Calgary.
Okay.
So we'll play in Calgary on Saturday, May 27th, and then Edmonton versus Calgary Sunday, May 20th. So home and home, Battle Alberta.
Okay, Battle Alberta to start it.
Started.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
Yeah,
already.
ready to go. That's gonna be a good season. And then the Calgary team, am I right? The Calgary team's new. This is year
Calgary,
one.
yeah, Calgary team is brand new. So the Calgary Surge.
Yeah.
Winnipeg's got a team called the Sea Bears. They're brand new.
Okay.
So we have 5 teams in the West, 5 teams out east.
Right.
Kind of more of a divisional model.
Oh, nice.
Meet at the end of the year kind of thing?
Yeah, and then the championship weekend in Vancouver this year, so top 4 teams
Nice.
meet there for it.
Oh, in Vancouver. Okay, that's gonna be a good thing.
It'll be a good time,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
It'll be a really good time. So.
I'll be rooting for you guys to get there.
Yeah, it's good. I like our chances already. I do like it.
All right.
First thing you're going to notice when you come into Ribeye Butcher Shop is a big smile from our staff, because we all love being here. It's a good crew. We're all friends, and we love having the customers in and talking to them and figuring out what they're going to have for dinner, what they're going to have for lunch, what they're going to have for their celebration dinner that's coming up. That's the first thing you'll find out, is that we're keen, we're curious, and we love to cook. Second thing you're going to find almost every cut you can possibly think of. If we don't have it, we can get it, and that's kind of our motto. And we get it fast because we have the best packers, wholesalers, farmer partners around, and we've been working on those partnerships for quite a while. So you're going to find really high-end quality. You're going to find a depth of what we have on offer on any given day as well. You're going to find prepared foods that our in-house chef makes every day. You're going to find a really great deli, good charcuterie. You're going to find some frozen items. We have seafood, portioned seafood, fish and shellfish as well. Yeah, smash griddle line that we have back here with fries. Best part about that, we have a little seating area over here to my left. And one thing that I'm really proud of is that we have a liquor license here. So you want to come in for a burger, you can have a beer, you can have a glass of wine, sit down, relax, and we'll trim up your Sunday roast. So it's a really relaxed atmosphere here, and you can come in, hang out, shoot the shit, and let's have a great time. So what I'm thinking here, JR, is sending you home with some of what I call the butcher's cut, Sam's butcher cut. So we're gonna go the first one, because you're a lean, mean, trim guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you some bison strip loin. Bison, as you know, is super lean. Very little marbling compared to what we've been talking about all day. Bison and beef are very similar. This is a strip loin. It's a smaller animal than the cows that you know.
Yeah.
So this is a strip loin. I'm gonna give that to you.
So what would you suggest we do with
not
this?
over medium when you're cooking it. So do what you normally do, cast iron, pan, grill, broil, whatever you want to do your normal method. But salt, pepper, olive oil, all that kind of jazz.
Yeah.
Don't go too crazy with the flavoring, because then you'll
lose the flavor.
You'll flavor out the bison. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, but don't go over medium, because it gets tough.
Yeah, it gets tough.
Yeah.
All right.
Next one that
We're gonna grill this on up to medium.
the next one that I love, which is totally the opposite, is this Japanese A5 ribeye.
Okay.
And this is called wagyu beef. So, as you can see, it is the polar opposite of bison in terms of the color.
Yeah.
The reason it's white is because that's fat. Now, you don't need a lot of wagyu, right? So share this with a friend. Share it with 2 or 3 friends, right? You don't need a lot. It's expensive, but you don't need a lot.
Okay.
So cook it as is, cut it up, have an experience, and enjoy it with some mace, right?
All right.
Next up is we're going with the big theme, so we're going with the big tomahawk.
Okay, the big tomahawk.
This is a prime tomahawk from Alberta, which is
King of that Alberta beef.
big long bone. That's for show. It's cool. It's macho. Guys love it. Girls love it. It's a sexy thing, right? So I'm gonna just put this in some paper right behind you.
Okay.
Just gonna wrap this right here. Just gonna cover it up, and I'll leave it on the scale.
There you go.
Last but not least, you are visiting Ribeye, right? Ribeye Butcher Shop. So I gotta send you home
Okay.
with a dry aged ribeye. So
Okay.
this is really, really red. But as you know, dry aged, it's really dark on the outside, kind of gross. We cut it right off. You got to get it all off. It's not a very good flavor. We take it right down.
we don't get a very good yield off the ribeye, but you yield a hell of a lot of flavor, right? So we're gonna send you packing with that, and this is my favorite.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, you guys saw us eat a great meal here at Ribeye Butcher Shop. Thanks for Reed for coming out. Thanks for Ribeye Butcher Shop for having us and taking us through the kitchen. The food was great. The beef is top class. Better come check them out. Thanks for coming. Well, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, man. Anytime. Anytime.
Pleasure to have you.
Yeah, let's go. All right, we'll see you. Make sure you check out the Stingers this May 2023. Butcher Shop, you know, the Ribeye Butcher Shop, they'll be here every day, 365. Come get you some steak. See you next time.
Push it to the limit, I can't go no more. Red light, no way, I'm coming back home. Long dirt road, all on my own. I'ma be the greatest, write my name in the stone. Write my name in the stone.